It's a great honour to be invited here today. I had the pleasure of meeting Dr. Rashid in Oxford, actually, a few weeks ago. The weather was a bit colder, but probably as wet as it is outside today. And I'm delighted that WRC are beginning to work with CEWA and transfer knowledge. So today, really, I think I want to tell a story. When I travel quite a bit and give presentations. I usually tell my kids where I'm going, okay? So I have 3 kids. And I say, I'm going to the United Arab Emirates. No idea. I'm going to Sharjah. No. I'm going to Dubai. Okay, we know where you're going. So what do you know about Dubai? And my son, who's 13, and this shows you how sustainable he is. He said, Dubai, the police there have got Bugatti Veyrons, haven't they, Dad? And I said, yeah, I think they have. So he said, can you get me a photograph of a police car that's a Bugatti Veyron? And the second question from my daughter is, will you have to wear the same clothes as the Arabs? So I said, no, I probably won't have to do that, but I'll try to. So if anybody knows how I can get to see the police car at the Bugatti Veyron, that would be really, really appreciated by my son. So when I talk to him about sustainable energy, I think he's more interested in the size of the engine rather than whether it's electric or not. But just moving on, really, and I think trying to develop some of the themes that Dr. Rashid gave us at his opening speech, which I think was quite inspirational. And I'll talk a little bit about WRC, but not a lot. Does this? Okay, cool. I am from the WRC. I'm a chemical engineer. I've worked in the water sector in the UK and worldwide for 30 years. I'm very, very proud to be. I'm lucky as well to have the position that I have of Chief Executive of WRC. You know, we are not. We are a company that seeks knowledge. We find solutions. We try to develop solutions to problems. You know, we're not a consultancy. I like to say that we're an R&D. We're an advisory company. We are a private company, so there is a profit element, of course. But equally, we don't consult. We don't contract. We don't sell technology, etc., etc. We work with the best-in-class worldwide. We have 170 people in WRC, professional scientists, biologists, engineers. As I said, I'm a chemical engineer myself. And we are interested in developing solutions. And that's why I'm here today, actually, is to talk about developing solutions. Because I'm not here to sell anything, you know. And I'm not here to tell anybody anything that they don't know. What I am here to do, and it goes back to what's the one word, Dr. Rashid? Mine is to listen. I'm here to listen. I'm here to learn. I'm here to understand what you guys can teach us in the UK. Because I think some of the challenges, the water energy nexus, the challenges that you guys are facing in the UAE is something that we haven't really come around to looking at in England. Goodness, it rains in England all the time. We have loads of water. Excellent. Well, go and drink it out of the streets then, if that's what you want. Because people don't want that. But unfortunately, after 300 years of a public water supply in the UK, we have got to the point where we value it less than a bottle of Coca-Cola. Okay? And I think that is something that actually is wrong. And I think if you talk about soul and morals, I think it comes around to that. You know, where people actually don't value something that without it, they cannot exist. And what does that say about us as a society in the UK? So I'm not here to lecture, certainly not. I'm here to listen, and it's my privilege, as I said, to just put a few thoughts together. Because I believe, and WRC believes, that by working together, internationally, talking together, communicating, that we can actually solve these problems. You know, if we can put things, if we can put a man on the moon, if we can put, ROVs on Mars, actually, we should be ashamed, really, as a society in the 2019 that we actually haven't got clean drinking water to every single individual on this planet. Because it's not technically difficult. It's not even technically challenging. But we haven't. And I think as a society, that says a lot about us. So I think, overall, within WRC, I like to hire bright people. I like to hire people who are inquiring minds. I like to put them together within and outside of WRC with expertise. Some of the information we just heard in the previous speaker about digital transformation, digital twins, that's fantastic. And I think all of that is part of the solution. But I think without actually mobilizing ourselves as a society, I don't think that we will actually develop the solutions that we're talking about. So today I've been asked to talk about the water energy nexus. And I think the water energy nexus, sometimes called the water energy food nexus, sometimes it's land management, water energy land management, water energy farming, water energy agriculture nexus, whatever. But actually, when you think what a nexus is, one can't exist without the other. So because you need water to produce electricity, and you need electricity to produce and to transport water. So in the past, it hasn't been an issue, because frankly, there's been plenty of water wherever you produce electricity, and there's been plenty of electricity to pump it. So the first question I think we should ask ourselves, and this is a challenge I think really to everybody here today, is what do we want from water? What is it that we want from water? Do we want an abundance of clean drinking water at any cost? Is that what we want? Or do we actually want to have sufficient clean drinking water at a sustainable cost? And the sustainable cost is an interesting one, because you then bring in all those things that Dr. Rishi talked about: culture, environment, finance, of course, and others.